Hi guys, Alice Taylor here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to take a look at the brand new TaylorMade P790 UDi 2-iron. So it's a big title for a club, that, isn't it? But this is the club that the P790s have been a phenomenally popular set of clubs, so a hollow-headed set of irons. And for quite a while now, the tour players, so Rory, Dustin Johnson, Jason Day, John Rahm, have had the 2-iron in their bag. And I know when I saw they had it, it was something I was keen to put in my bag, but was told it wouldn't necessarily be something they'd be releasing. But lo and behold, here it is. So we're going to hit some shots off the floor, real golf balls on GC2, but I'm also going to hit a couple of shots off a tee because I did a review video on my 3-iron, which would have been obviously my longest iron in the bag. I've always preferred the way irons sit behind the golf ball, and the 3-iron's been incredible, so I'm very interested to see how the 2 performs, because there's every chance if this is good, this is going in my bag. But it's really, really good looking club. Not the thickest top line that I've seen, but hollow head, so it should be nice and forgiving. So I'm going to hit probably 4 or 5 shots off the floor, couple off the tee. We'll show you some ball flight and some distances, and then we'll look at some numbers and see whether, if you are the kind of guy that likes the long iron in the bag, could this possibly be something that might be an addition to your golf bag for this year. So like I said, it looks great behind the ball. So just very slightly out the toe, turning over a touch. But certainly some very, very good numbers. And certainly for me, what I'm very interested off the floor is just to kind of see the peak height on these shots. I know with 3-iron I still get some really good flight on the ball. That first one just looked a little bit flat. It was a good solid strike, just cutting a touch. Just working over to the right, but again, decent hit for a little cut for me, that one. Again, I'm probably expecting just a little bit of right to left for me on these shots. But I do like the way it looks, and quite like the feel with the graphite shaft. Not something I considered with my 3-iron. Again, maybe felt just a tiny bit out the toe. Again, turning over. But considering I don't really feel I've hit any of these absolutely flush, solid, don't really feel I've hit any of these right out the middle of the club. So I think when we look at the numbers, it'll be a good test to see actually the forgiveness of this club. So I have 2 more off the floor. Strike felt good, but again, just a little bit cutty. Be interested to see distance-wise on that. Pretty big for a 2-iron for me. Let's go one final one off the floor. That felt really solid, felt the best out of the lot. And accuracy pretty good for me there. Okay, so certainly for me, this is a club that I would use a lot off the floor, but I would also use this off the tee. So just very low tee, it's almost on the floor anyway. Let's just see how this flies. And then again, we're going to look at numbers after a couple of shots. So that was very much off the bottom of the club. And probably the worst strike so far. Let's go again though. Let's see how the 2-iron, because I think this would be a club I would use a lot off the tee. Again, a little bit out the toe. Just turning over. Okay, so I've hit 5 shots off the floor, couple off the tee, and interestingly the ones off the tee were worse strikes. But let's look at some numbers and see how the P790 UDi 2-iron stacks up. Okay guys, so we'll look at the shots, and certainly the last couple there, 200 yard carry rolling out 220, 226. Not too bad really, you know, but they were off the tee and they weren't great strikes, and you could see the ball speeds kind of dropped off quite a bit there. So I would hit it off the tee, but I'm going to take those two off as well and look at how it performed off the floor. So nearly 140 ball speed, which is really, really good for me. We've got 2,800 spin, which is maybe a little higher than I would like, but don't mind that. Peak height 24 yards, so maybe a touch flat, but there was one in there at 19 that was excessively flat. But carry 220, rolling out 244. For me, that's a good, powerful club off the floor. Okay then guys, so we've looked at the numbers, and for me, particularly off the floor, that's a very, very powerful, strong performing club. I think for me, I wouldn't expect to hit it shorter off the tee. I'd probably expect to maybe hit it a touch higher, just because I might get a slightly higher strike on the face. But I mean, all in all, I knew I'd love the shape and the feel, because I do like my 3-iron, which is the P790. But like I said, I actually quite like the graphite. Now, this isn't set up perfectly for me, so this has got a hazardous 6.5 in it, probably more of a 6.0 man myself, but definitely for me this is something that's going to go in the bag this year. Gonna have to work out the set out of the bag, and obviously got a few videos coming over the next few weeks about how I'm picking driver, fairway wood, my new set of irons, wedges and putter. But I think P790 UDi 2-iron will definitely be an addition to the bag. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it, comment below, let me know if you've already got one of these bad boys in the bag. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Follow me on all my social media, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.